Alright guys, thank you for joining here this evening. The time is currently 6:47 p.m. Central. We don't have time to do a full intro here. We got to jump right into our coverage because we have a very large and strong tornado on the ground that has prompted a PDS tornado warning by the National Weather Service. This is a particularly dangerous situation. If you're out here, you got to seek shelter immediately. If you're in Tub, areas to the south of Mid-Kif, alright, anywhere in this warning polygon, it doesn't matter where you're at, you gotta take cover now. Now, an interesting thing to note about this storm is that this previously produced a tornado closer to Midland-Odessa that actually got tornado emergency warned, and that tornado caused some significant damage, right? We saw some videos of it, we've seen the tornado, how big it actually was, and it was ridiculous how strong it was. And again, that exact same supercell is now down closer to Mid-Kif trying to do the same thing again, and it's doing pretty well. So again, we had a catastrophic tornado earlier that ripped through areas to the south of Warfield, east of Batesfield Estates. You can kind of see it there on the velocities. You can see how intense those velocities were. I mean, guys, this was easily an EF3, EF4, maybe even EF5 tornado, guys. I don't pre-rate tornadoes on this channel very often, but whenever I do, obviously, I try to make it as accurate as possible, and I would be shocked if this got below an EF3 rating. It was just so strong, and again, now we are dealing with another PDS tornado. So again, this is a life-threatening situation. If you're in this warning, you gotta take the warning seriously and take shelter. There is no reason not to be in your safe place out here. We are estimating velocities to be about 130 miles per hour right now with the gate-to-gate shear. So this is a very large tornado, once again, very strong. You can kind of see where there's a break in the velocity couplet for a little bit in between these two massive tornadoes. And even just in the severe thunderstorm warning, you also need to take shelter immediately because this is still going to produce damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour and baseball-sized hail. Another thing about the tornado we had closer to Midland-Odessa, there was softball-sized hail associated with that storm. We are still seeing hail up to baseball-sized likely over here. So again, if you're out here, you gotta take shelter. I don't know if this is going to get a tornado emergency, but it doesn't matter. PDS tornado emergency. It doesn't matter what the specific wording from the National Weather Service is. This is an extremely dangerous, and again, even a life-threatening situation. Impact, you're in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. To repeat, a large, extremely dangerous, and potentially deadly tornado is on the ground. To protect your life, take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows if you're outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle. Move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Again, this is a PDS tornado. This is a particularly dangerous situation. I mean, this is just such a ridiculously strong tornado here. Very strong and dangerous. So again, very dangerous situation ongoing to the southeast of Pegasus, Texas, where we have a PDS tornado warning. Again, previously a tornado emergency. If you're not aware, PDS stands for particularly dangerous situation. So, I mean, this tornado is just very strong, very large, and destructive. Again, guys, we are really worried about what happened with the tornado closer to the Batesfield Estates area. Because it got dangerously close to Batesfield Estates if it didn't go right through it. The highest velocity reading, the highest gate-to-gate shear reading that we got was 124 against 138. So we're talking about 262 mile per hour gate-to-gate shear high up in the atmosphere with this storm, which is why I do think that this, has the potential to get rated at a very high-end tornado. The good news is that this stayed in a relatively unpopulated area, right? Luckily, it just barely missed Batesfield Estates. All right, we're probably still going to see some minor damage out of the eastern portion of Batesfield Estates, but for the most part, that tornado dodged that region. But again, we are talking about another very damaging and potentially violent tornado ripping through areas of western Texas right now near Pegasus. It's going to be crossing Highway 349 relatively soon. I don't know, though, because it's kind of just sitting still. It's making a weird movement here. So again, at 6:44 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located 21 miles south of Midland International Air and Spaceport, or 23 miles southeast of Odessa, moving southeast at 5 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. Again, very strong tornado out here, guys. Another thing to note up here with our tornado closer to the Batesfield Estates area is the debris bowl was very impressive. I can't pick it out exactly where it was. I'm trying to find it here, guys. I don't know, but I do remember seeing it, and it was massive. We can actually see the debris ball in reflectivity. It was a slightly rain-wrapped tornado. It was very strong, very damaging, and it's crazy too because we were just talking about earlier today. I was making a alert slide that I was going to throw on if we had a tornado emergency in the near future, and we had one today. So again, this is exactly where your tornado was, right here, east of Batesfield Estates, north of Estes, west of Corner Windmill. Yeah, this is like the 13th Tory of 2024 at least. And again, I want to reemphasize, guys, this is still a very large and damaging tornado here. For Midland and Upton counties, this is a PDS tornado warning, as well as a destructive severe thunderstorm warning, and that is very dangerous. We're estimating velocities, the gate-to-gate shear, to be about 140 miles per hour again, guys. I mean, this is just such a strong and damaging tornado here. The only silver lining is that, again, this is going through a very rural area where not a lot of people live. It's managed to go in between all these little towns and communities out here. Looks like Pegasus, at the very least, got slammed by some pretty high winds out here, but the tornado didn't actually form until it was past Pegasus, it looks like. So again, this is a very large and strong tornado here. Again, we were estimating gate-to-gate shear over 141 miles per hour now. So, everybody, I know this is kind of a weird time to do this, but I have a friend that is interested in weather, and he's been wanting to join one of my streams for a while now. So, I'm going to go ahead and give him a ring. Invite him over here to the stream. Wow. So I'm going to call him up. What's up? I'm going to go ahead and give him a ring. Invite him over here to the stream. Wow. So I'm going to call him up. So guys, there's your debris ball in there. It's pretty small right now, but that's just because we're in a very rural area with not a lot of stuff. Again, this tornado appears to be in a weakening trend, but this is still very strong. Again, this is a particularly dangerous situation. If you're out here, you got to run your tornado safe spot. This is a very strong tornado. Just ridiculous. It looks like this is curving a little bit out to the west here. So again, honestly, at this point, as far west as Pegasus should be taking shelter. I mean, this is just such a strong tornado here, guys. Very strong and very large. Our tornado warning down here in Terrell County looks really concerning, but a lot of that's just because we're looking super high up into the atmosphere because of our distance from the radar site, but we could have an ongoing tornado there quite possibly. So if you're out here in Terrell County, make sure that you are seeking shelter. This tornado warning is for portions of central Terrell County. Right now we have about 200,000 people in Texas without power. And Midland County alone has about 5,000 customers without power, and that is going to skyrocket after the rest of the tornado outages kick in. Now we have a new tornado warning. That is... not sure why that's going off. We don't have any... yeah, we do. I think it just disappeared for a second. But I think we do have a new tornado warning.
Yeah, it popped up. It's for, on the Texas border.
No, that one's been there for a little bit. If you look at it, it was issued a while ago. I don't know where the new one is. Oh, wait, the new one's on the Texas-Louisiana border. Okay. So this is near Centennial, Four Forks, on the Texas-Louisiana state line. Take cover now. And again, we gotta focus on our PDS tornado here, guys. Again, this is a very strong tornado. And again, this supercell has a history of producing a catastrophic tornado closer to Odessa. But right now, still a very impressive tornado. Clear velocity couplet matching up with a correlation coefficient drop there. This is, again, a particularly dangerous situation. For the next 15 minutes here. Alright, this tornado is not very impressive anymore. Again, continue to stay in your safe spot, but this tornado is at the very least in a weakening trend here. It is still on the ground, though, most likely to the southeast of Pegasus, but the velocities are not strong at all. The CC drop is much smaller even than it was. Very weak tornado still in progress, though. At this point, the storm on the Texas-Mexico border is probably the most concerning one, in my opinion. Because, again, even though I know a lot of this is because the radar site is far away from where we're actually looking, but the velocities here are showing a very concerning picture for portions of south-central Terrell County. Then again, obviously we got to watch our storm over near Shreveport as well now. Again, if you guys are just now tuning in, we did just have a massive tornado rip through areas like the Warfield Industrial Park, as well as Bates Field Estates in Midland-Odessa. It was a tornado emergency. It was a very large tornado. I was estimating gate-to-gate shear to be well over 200 miles per hour. There were winds like going 134 miles per hour going one way. So the gate-to-gate shear was so high. Again, if we measure it here, you can just see how intense this tornado was. Again, we were talking about winds of 138 miles per hour going away from the radar against winds of 124 miles per hour. So we were well over, we were at like 260 miles per hour on the gate-to-gate shear, at least that level into the atmosphere we were. So again, I mean, that was an extremely large tornado. Again, I'm sorry I could not be live. I was out of town, but I mean, it was so strong. I saw it just before I'd left my house, and it was PDS. And then I got somewhere, and I saw on a TV that it got upgraded to tornado emergency. And then I got home and checked it out, and gosh, I mean, EF3, EF4, we're talking that level of intensity there. Very strong tornado. The good thing is that it did not rip through as populated of an area as it could have. If it was 10 miles north of where it actually happened, it would have been way worse. And again, we still have an ongoing tornado here, most likely southeast of Pegasus. This is a little bit stronger looking again, with a clear CC drop. Some of that CC is very deep, so it's picking up some heavy debris, sheet metal, whatever, pieces of homes. It's a very small CC drop, but it is there. Again, this is still a pretty strong tornado, honestly. So we'll likely see a new tornado warning issued for this soon, as it's about to leave the warning polygon. Again, areas like Pegasus, areas along Farm and Market Road 1492, Ragsdale, you need to prepare to take shelter, because you're likely going to be included in this tornado warning very soon, as this tornado is continuing here. Alright, that newest velocity scan, not nearly as concerning. This may have occluded, but again, continue to stay in your tornado safe spot there. Very dangerous storm that, again, has produced multiple strong and potentially violent tornadoes. So our Shreveport storm, this is going to be the threat for a QLCS tornado here. So while the velocities obviously don't look as impressive as a normal tornado, that's still a very concerning storm. I wouldn't be surprised if they were to issue a tornado warning as well for the center area, center Texas. There is a very broad but strong pocket of rotation here. At the very least, these are some high winds near Webb, estimated by radar to be over 80 miles per hour, half a degree into the atmosphere. So very strong winds at the very least. Again, if you're in this, even the severe thunderstorm warning, you should be taking shelter. Those are for 70 mile per hour damaging winds. So very serious storm there. Again, though, our main focus right now, guys, has got to be on our PDS tornado warning.
Davis.
Yeah.
I'm getting winds on the tornado warning, Terrell, Texas, at 101 mile an hour.
Yeah, a lot of that's because the radar site's so far away, but it is pretty strong rotation there. Again, everybody out here should be in their tornado safe spot. This is a tornado warning. Wow. And we have a destructive severe thunderstorm warning for Gaines County, Texas, for the threat of large apple-sized hail and damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour. If you're in Seagraves, you need to take cover. This just went through Seminole with some, or it's actually about to go through Seminole. If you're in Seminole, take cover. Seagraves, this just went through you. It's heading for Seminole, Comanche Trails, White City, areas along Highway 180 to the southeast of Seagraves. So, again, a couple of our more concerning storms right now. Obviously, the one that sticks out immediately is our PDS tornado, but then also the storm on the Texas-Mexico border is looking pretty concerning here. And then our storm on the Texas-Louisiana state line is also tornado warned. And again, just the south of that, I think we're going to receive a tornado warning too. Near Sardis, Center, and Webb. Everybody, we're now up to 212,000 customers in Texas without power. And we have about 14,500 customers in Arkansas without power. Again, if you're just now tuning in, we do have a PDS tornado warning in effect. This is for portions of Midland and Upton counties. PDS stands for particularly dangerous situation. So again, if you're in that area, you gotta heed the warning and take shelter. Expires in 3 minutes. We'll see if they reissue it or not. Definitely not going to be a PDS tornado anymore whenever they reissue it, because the velocities are just not showing anything at this point. But still maybe at a radar indicated tornado warning at the very least. So again, continue to seek shelter there. Again, at this point, our main concerning part of the storm here is actually outside of the warning polygon. Out here to the south of Pegasus. Gonna cross over the Ranch to Market Road at 1492 there. So I'm kind of waiting here to see any damage reports out of Midland-Odessa after the tornado emergency warning storm ripped through. Again, luckily it did not go through a very populated area. Otherwise, it could have been way worse. I don't think the tornado is going to get the rating that it should, though, because of that fact. And we do have a new destructive severe thunderstorm warning now. It's an extension for our storm with the PDS tornado. So areas like Midkiff, even though the tornado is likely no longer on the ground, you are still in the path of a very dangerous storm, producing hail up to baseball size and damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour. So stay in your tornado safe spot. And again, I mean, this storm really does still have a tornado potential with it, but at this point, it's not actively producing a tornado. This PDS warning expires in 1 minute, so we're going to see what they do with the new warning, because they'll either keep it at radar indicator or have it at nothing at all. And we have another new severe thunderstorm warning for the La Junta, Colorado area. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Lexington, Texas. This is for the threats of tennis ball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. So if you're in this area, make sure that you are moving indoors, away from windows, and on the lowest floor possible of the building immediately. Gosh, another one. That's also for tennis ball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds in Gaines County. And our tornado warning in the PDS tornado warning has been allowed to expire and has not been reissued. So. Yeah.
There was a tornado 20 minutes ago.
Sorry, you cut out. What'd you say? What'd you say? You cut out.
There was a water spout, over the Bahamas, just 1 p.m. today.
Oh, wow. That hail spike on our storm here, guys, in Terrell County. Again, this is a tornado warning storm for a possible tornado, obviously, and then again, baseball-sized hail. I mean, that's just an absolutely ridiculously large hail spike there. Both of our tornado warnings expire in 8 minutes. We'll see if either of them get reissued. If they do, we'll stay here, bringing more live coverage to you guys. But if not, we're going to end off the stream here. Again, you guys, very large hail spike, very large hail core there to the south of Highway 90 on the Texas-Mexico border. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning now. This does include Metro Shreveport for 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts, hail up to penny size, and a possible tornado with this storm. So if you're in Shreveport, make sure that you are moving indoors immediately. Again, right now, most of our action is down there on the Texas-Mexico border with that massive supercell there. That is also producing baseball-sized hail. I will say, though, the severe weather threat, just in general, out here in East Texas is very high right now with this line of storms. It's producing damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour in sporadic areas. We're up to 223,000 customers in Texas without power now. And if we turn on the county outage map, you can see that's basically just concentrated down to the areas where we've had our significant severe weather and tornadoes once again. Okay, so if we kind of take a look at Midland County here, where we had our big-time tornado emergency warning storm, we have about 4,000 customers in Midland County without power. Again, a lot of that's actually because this did not strike the most populated part of the county, which is good. So again, both of our tornado warnings that we have in effect right now expire in 5 minutes. If they get reissued, we'll bring you guys more live coverage here. If not, we're getting off the stream. And we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Haynesville. 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds, penny-sized hail, and a possible tornado with that storm there on the Louisiana-Arkansas state line. And again, at this point, none of our storms are really looking that impressive for a tornado threat. I think that's probably done for the rest of the night here. I wouldn't rule out an isolated spin up, but definitely not like anything like what we have been saying with the violent wedges and stuff like that. And we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning as well for areas off to the east of Seminole along Highway 180 here in western Texas. It's for the threats of lime-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and a possible tornado. This is train weather spotters reported. So that is confirmed on the hail tag, but we don't know about the wind or the possible tornado threat. Those are just radar indicated threats. So again, take them seriously still, but nothing too crazy. Again, this hail spike continues to get more and more impressive by every radar scan here on our Texas-Mexico border storm. Now, we do have a storm actually that is in Mexico that looks pretty concerning, and it is going to enter portions of far southern Texas soon. And this is going to bring the threats. It's going to be another one of those dangerous supercells that we have to watch out for. It's going to bring the threats for damaging winds and large hail, maybe an isolated tornado threat, but at this point it's not really rotating at all, so that's good. And we do have another new severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Las Animas, Colorado. We have 27 severe thunderstorm warnings now. That's a lot. And again, our tornado warnings expire in 2 minutes here, so we're going to see if we keep the stream up or if we're going to end off here. But we'll see. So again, our rotation on our storm near Four Forks and Centennial isn't anything crazy anymore, and neither is our storm on the Texas-Mexico border. At that point, the Texas-Mexico border storm, I'm mainly concerned about a hail threat. Rotation's there, it is, but a lot of it is just because we're so far away from the radar site. We have to look super high up into the atmosphere to see this, and it looks way more impressive than it really is. It is definitely rotating a little bit, though, at least, without a doubt. It's an impressive supercell, I'll say that much. And with that new reflectivity scan, and that hail spike continues. Not quite as impressive anymore, though. And what I thought might have been a hook echo trying to develop doesn't look like it anymore. So, and again, it could just be because we're far away from the radar site that it looks like that, but I just don't think the storm's rotating as much as we really think it is. A lot of contamination, a lot of it being high up in the atmosphere. So, at this point, our tornado warnings have just now expired. Neither of them have been reissued. The storm on the Texas-Mexico border, though, did just get a severe thunderstorm warning for large apple-sized hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds, and a possible tornado. But at this point, because we have no ongoing tornado warnings, we're going to end off the live stream here. So thank y'all for tuning in. This was unexpected tornado emergency storm coverage of May 30th, 2024. But thank y'all for watching. I'll see you guys next time.